What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Asia session stream. I hope you guys are doing great. I am doing absolutely amazing as usual. Today, I took one trade, one win for 1,800 on my 5 Lightning funded accounts. Very, very happy. Kept it simple. I saw the big range coming into the morning. It was a 560 handle range, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, exactly. 560 handles to the downside from 952 all the way to 1015. When I see this, I don't want to play a continuation because I know there's most likely going to be a lot of consolidation within the range. So, I scaled down to my lower time frames. I'm going to talk about the trade that I took in a few seconds, but the open is in 35 seconds. Let's take a look at this daily chart. We're seeing this daily candle engulfing the previous candle's high, closing very strong. I would anticipate us to open up higher, potentially, and go and fill basically this previous daily high within the Asia session. We open in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now we open up. Let's see how that goes. Definitely am seeing a potential long opportunity right at the open, right back towards this internal high. Those kind of trades, I do get a lot of hate for them. I do get hella hate for those kind of trades. You guys already know, because I need to enter micros, and it could become an overnight trade, and most of the time people are here for quick in and out scalps. So I hope you guys are doing great. I had a very good day today, and hopefully we're gonna have a good session together today also. Currently within this hourly chart, we have the previous hourly candle closing bearish, so at 6 p.m. Doesn't really mean anything. So then scaling down to the 4-hour candle sweeps the previous candle's high, is closing back within the range bearish. We have a 4-hour unfilled fair value gap right below us. Does that mean there is a pretty big likelihood of us needing to fill that gap before actually going all the way back towards this daily high? So this could be the fuel in order to push us back up towards the high of that daily candle. But I expect, of course, a bullish distribution from this week, especially with how Monday closed. I would anticipate Tuesday to print to the upside and actually go and wipe out 261. That's pretty much what I'm going to see. That I'm seeing happening within the daily chart. Scaling down to the 4-hour, we had a pretty big expansion from 10 to 2 p.m. But right here, this candle closed back within the range. So we're seeing a pretty big aggressive move back towards that gap right at the open. Let's see what's the reaction from that gap. Maybe we can find a scalp back up towards that daily high. This would be my target. Basically, what I'm going to be anticipating is that high to be taken out from the daily because of how strong we closed. So then I will scale down to an hourly chart. I will wait for us to tap that 4-hour gap, which we already did, sweeping that 4-hour low. And then if I have an hourly candle pointing, so sweeping that low and pointing bullish back towards that high without it being swept, I will enter longs towards 68 and potentially let some runners back towards 120. So let's see how that goes. That's my game plan for now. I am going to stay patient. If there's a play on the 15, I'll catch the play on the 15. The market is pretty is giving us a lot of plays lately, so we're going to stay patient. We're going to find something. I watched yesterday just to make sure how like my statistic for the Asia stream. I'm 11-2. So I lost 2 trades and I won 11. The last stream was when was that? It was on Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. What am I talking about? It was on Thursday. Sorry, Thursday. I won the trade. So yeah, that's pretty much how we're doing. We're doing great. We're doing great. Not trying to jinx myself here. Every time I start speaking about the win streak and us doing good, sometimes I get fried. So yeah. Also, again, my hair. If you want to talk about my hair again, your hair looks different. I just literally showering. All right. I took a shower for the first time in 3 days again. So and today for the bowl of fruit we have strawberries. Hey, I actually did that. I'm him. I actually did that. Do you guys hear? Can you guys hear like the noise when I eat? That's even better if you guys can hear that. Oh, let me put that to the left. Try to get the right vision right there. Put that up. It's better. Okay. Okay, let me pull out the chat here because I was not even watching the chat. Hello guys, hello, hello, hello. How are y'all doing? Hey Amos, I told you I'd be here. Let's go, Snow. Come on. Tomorrow is Nike earnings? Is it? Oh, there's a Germany game. No, I'm not even watching, I swear. I watched Brazil. I watched the game. And man. Oh, 1-1 against Paraguay. Shit. Germany is getting oh my god, it was 1-0 for Paraguay also. Yeah, I watched the game against Japan and man, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. I really want I don't know why. I just always root for the underdogs. I'm just that guy. And I think they played it too passively. They scored a goal and then they started not even playing. They just played defense, which I mean could work, but you know, the level of the Brazilian team is just so high. I mean, they are gonna press you to death, you know. All right, all right. Brazil is not a balanced team. I was talking shit about Vinny, and he proved me wrong. Like, that guy's actually sturdy. He's pretty sturdy. Like he moves very well. By the way, chat, I did not I did not go for a haircut. And my haircut is not done. And I haven't shaved for like a week and a half, so um for all the mustache haters, you guys already know what it is. I I am probably gonna go to the barber like on Friday, so this week's gonna be rough for me. This week's gonna be rough. For you guys also, maybe. Um, Germany's tied. Wait, by the way, that blue mic is not pointed directly at you. No way. It's like this? I need to be like this? Do you hear me better like this? Or like this? Wait, there's no way. I know, like, I don't know if you're talking about the. Oh shit, like that. Yeah. Okay. Do you hear me? Wait, let me see. Yeah, you guys should be able to hear me. Yeah, I know it's like it should be straight. It should be sitting straight. I don't know what happened, but there's a dent on that Blue Yeti mic. I think I dropped it. I actually think I dropped it. Let me know if that's exactly what you were talking about, or if it's on the wrong side. But I'm pretty sure it's like this, and I saw videos about it needing to be straight. You sound French Canadian. Yes, I am absolutely French Canadian. And your name is the most French Canadian name I've ever seen in my whole life. I am. I'm not born here though, but I lived here my whole life. Morocco is favored by a lot. By experts. Is there really experts? Soccer experts. I'm looking for longs. I'm definitely looking for longs. I'm not gonna get into any trades right now. I think it's there could be a lot of fake outs. We did tap into the 4-hour gap right at the open, which is what I'm looking to see. Now, I would want to play with that 15-minute candle closing. I would want to play the breakout right there, depending on how much time there's left. But I will go break even pretty fast. And I will be patient. I'll be patient for a retracement. The logo and the mute buttons should be facing your mouth. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it looks right now. How much does the barber cost? Not much. It's not about the money. I just decided to not go this week. You know, it'd be like that sometimes. Did you hear about a plane that crashed? No, I did not. I actually didn't. What happened? I am looking for longs, chat. So we tapped. So looking at this daily chart, daily candle closed very strong and bullish. I would want to take a scalp back towards the daily high here. We opened up lower into that 4-hour gap, tapping it. Now we're flipping back above the opening price. If that 15 can break out very aggressively towards that high, might take a long, put my stop loss to break even pretty quick. Just trying to scalp that initial move. I would want to see a break here if we can. It is a difficult play. It is a difficult play for sure. Let me see how big the range is. 600, bro. That range is huge. Hi. Question: if I strictly follow risk toward risking $150 per trade and targeting 1.5 to 2x, can I still be successful in trading without a defined strategy? No, I don't believe so. No. That, you see the point that he just bring right here is most people's reality, thinking that every strategy works and positioning yourself in high risk reward scenarios is the edge, when in reality it is absolutely not the case. Absolutely not the case. Amos, my guy, don't mean to sound annoying, just wondering if you reply to DMs. Of course I reply to DMs, but what kind of DM did you send me? It's like, I look at them, but if it's like, yo, bro, can you shout me out, or you can do this? I don't know. If you reach out to me, I might respond depending on what's the DM for sure, and where you DM me also. Maz, do you ever look at the previous day's initial balance when trading Asia? No, not really. I don't really mind it. You know, you don't truly need to look at all the levels that most people are looking at. If you can find 10, 15, 20, 30 handles consistently by having a well-defined framework. You know, I don't need the rejection from daily highs and lows like most people are doing. I don't need session highs and lows like most people are doing. For me, I treat my hourly candles and my 15-minute candles as 1-minute candles. And I'm like, okay, looking at this 15-minute chart, what is most likely going to happen? Are we going to print another 15-minute bullish bar? Or are we going to print a bearish bar from here? Or I don't know. If I don't know, I stay out. If I have a little bit of indecision and it's not fully clear, I don't take. So here you see like this candle, no matter how much I would want a long or how clean the daily looks, I mean, I would never long a candle that looks like this on the 1-minute chart. You know, it could go up, it could go down. But I don't have any predictive value over that candle. Impossible. I don't have the timing, and I don't judge that this candle is strong enough for me to trade it. So let's wait. And even 15 is like a very low time frame and extremely scalpy. The higher the time frame, the more valuable the candlestick pattern becomes. I truly believe in this. So, you know, I'll wait for a better confirmation. If the next, there's multiple things that can happen. This hourly candle, also, I treat it as my 1-minute candles. Okay, you see here, every time a candle closed bullish, okay, let's say we are on the 1-minute chart. This candle closed as a reversal, very strong. I would predict that the next bar will be bullish. Right here, we broke out again, very strong candle, bullish, 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 until we formed that gap here, swept that candle's high, closed back within the range. I know that there's a big likelihood of us filling the gap. We filled the gap and then closed bullish. Okay, now I'm going to read it in the same exact way from the market open. Okay, this previous candle closed bearish. There's a previous day high above me. Let's wait for this hourly candle to tell us the story. We could actually print a very aggressive bearish bar that will disrespect this gap and will give me the conviction that we need to retrace deeper back towards 840 to tap this order block in order to have enough fuel to push up. We could see a short even if I'm long biased on the daily chart. Because that daily candle fluctuation, we could easily open up lower to form the downwick of that future bullish bar, and then this low would be basically the low of day, and London, New York session would go up. But that's what I'm seeing. This daily candle, I would never fade that daily bar. I would never try to sell it, especially before that daily high has been taken out. Never. Insta, yeah, if you DM me on Instagram, then tell me that you were on the stream and let me know what exactly. I think that I think I saw that you wanted some sort of I don't know, but just DM me and tell me that you were the guy on the stream. What is the indicator that shows higher time frame candles? It's HDF candles by Fadi. So, and these are the settings. ICT HTF candles by Fadi. Yep. Hey, Amos, thanks for all the videos. I've been trying to reach you to ask you this question, but no luck. Ask me the question here. You can ask me a question right now. You don't need to wait for me to answer you in DMs. I'm literally gonna answer every question you have. Just watch your interview on Proffer and Trader yesterday. It was awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Already has like 30,000 views. I'm pretty shocked with this. I didn't know you know why? Because my approach is different. It's what we call unorthodox. I go in the opposite way, and that attracts a lot of people for sure. Yeah, I have so many fake accounts of me, so watch out. Watch out. Make sure that if you DM me on Instagram, it has the verified check mark. It's crazy to say, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh no. Having fake accounts of you is like, it's pretty crazy. Does your strategy works in Asia session, London, and New York session, all of them? Also, what if there is 3 candles with 2 fair value gaps? That's the thing. Okay, listen. I don't just trade the unfilled gap model. That's a question I get a lot. Or like, some people will see the trades that I posted and be like, oh my god, you didn't take the trade, or there was a gap below you. Sometimes I don't just pattern trade the unfilled fair value gap, which you could, but I don't just do that. For me, there's better continuation plays sometimes in certain days than reversal plays. That is what I call a reversal play, but there's also a continuation play. There is a way for me to be like, okay, that candle closed in that sense, in that certain moment. Okay, I'm expecting the next one to do this. Let me hop in, and it's using the same kind of framework, but not using it as a reversal framework, but using it as a continuation framework. So does it work in Asia, London, New York session? The framework in general, understanding like, okay, that candle closes that way, the next one has a lot of chance of doing this, or even if it doesn't do that, then I have those and those confirmations to tell me to stay out. Then it's a whole framework that justifies why a candle moves in a certain way. So just understanding the market mechanics. So it doesn't really mean anything in general. So how you apply those, how good you are at staying out also is going to make a big difference if it's going to work in Asia, London, and New York session. So you see, like, I don't really have the answer. For me, like, I can trade all the sessions pretty well, but I need to stay patient though. And the entries are not necessarily the same, or the size that I'm going to take is not the same, because I am not as confident in the speed between my entry and my basically my take profit. Basically me entering the trade and it being, you know, a quick scalp. Sometimes even a 15-minute scalp can end up taking 25 minutes, you know. So that's pretty much my answer. But yes, it does work once you know when to stay out. But it's not just, I don't only trade the unfilled gap. This is one of my frameworks, but I mainly have 6 plays in my playbook, which I only show 1 on YouTube. Asia has been great for me as well. Just decided to join your stream today. I am super patient. Let's go, brother. Market Maker Mario. I hear your name so... I've heard your name so many times, I think, by like the morning hosts. Especially like Nick M. I think Nick M has been... You know, I just hear your Nick M's voice saying your name right now. Oh, no way. Hi, Moss question. If the strategy matters more than risk to reward, then why do traders with complex strategies still fail? Why simple risk management systems sometimes stay profitable? Let me let me read that question again. If strategy matters more than risk to reward, then why do traders with complex strategies still fail, while simple risk management systems sometimes stay profitable? Multiple answers to that question. Number one, it's not about the complexity of the strategy in and of itself. A lot of people have complex strategies, but they don't know the true statistic of their edge because they don't have enough data to back it up. So they're basically just, let's say you just backtested your trades for, you backtested 100 trades on your strategy, and it's, you require a lot of things to happen before you get in. Then 100 trades is not enough for you to prove the profitability of that strategy in the first place. So then the answer would be, okay, why do traders with complex strategies still fail? It's because even if your strategy is complex, then you still don't know exactly if it works until you have way more data on it. That's my first answer. Second answer is, okay, so the second question that you're asking is, while simple risk management systems stay profitable sometimes, there's a thing in trading called randomness. Okay, wins and losses are completely randomly distributed, meaning that you could play a certain way off of your risk to reward, and you would be making money for like a span of 6 months. Okay, randomly, because of your risk to reward, because wins and losses are randomly distributed, meaning that there's no true sense in the market sometimes. Okay, there is an aspect of randomness, but what happens when you have no edge is that mathematically you have a negative expected value. You're not gonna make money. So even if you are on a good streak, if you keep trading the same exact way that you're doing, just based on risk to reward, then you will eventually give back that money to the market because you have mathematically no edge. It's exactly like the casino. Exactly the same thing. You could think that you're making money currently playing the blackjack because every time you sit on a table, you win for some reason, and you win and you win and you win. But I can guarantee you that with the odds, if you play for a lifetime period, you would be down. Until you have a statistically proven system, then no matter your risk to reward, at a certain point, the more hands you play, the more trades you put, the closer you will get to the statistic of your edge, which if you don't have, you'll get to zero. So I think that's a pretty good way of putting it out. But I mean, it's not about the risk to reward. It's just about your approach. I'm not saying that it doesn't work, or I'm not saying that my approach is better. I'm saying that a lot of people don't have the personality to handle that high risk to reward, or some people don't have that personality to handle low risk to reward. So just having the information here and being able to take a step back and be like, okay, I am gonna take a good decision based on who I am and my weakness and my strength as a person and as a trader, then you might benefit from just having that information in the first place. Just try it out. Or maybe that one-to-one risk to reward approach will give you a little bit more of a cause and effect and more of a logical approach to trading, more mechanical approach to trading in general, which will help you then eventually get to the next level where you can hold your trades. There's for me, it's not for me. Try it for a span of 8 months or 6 months, or just go in a backtesting software, the one that you want, and trade exactly the way that you do with your risk to reward, and see after 5 years or like 2 years, 3 years, what ends up happening. You'll see. But usually, if you can't generate money on a backtesting software, the likelihood of you being able to generate money in the live markets is close to none. You were getting a lot of love from the comment section about how real and upfront you were. Yeah. I mean, I could have gotten a little bit more, a little bit deeper into some subjects, but I hate talking about the community in general. Every time I talk about other people, and it's never good for me. So I decided to keep my mouth shut that day. BG Trades with those amazing questions. Was it BG Trades? No, it's G Star. But shout out to you, BG Trades still. Who do you have for the World Cup? Algeria, my brother. Algeria. Who do you think I have? My home country. What's your overall sentiment for the week? I would need to look at the weekly chart. Right there. For the week, I'm bearish. I'm pretty bearish. I'm pretty bearish. Which is crazy to say with how aggressive the daily the Monday candle printed. I wouldn't short right now. I would wait for Tuesday or Wednesday to give me a very big aggressive candle on the daily chart back within the range of that daily candle right here, and then I'd short. So how am I reading it? The previous weekly candle engulfed the previous one, closing strong and bearish. Usually I never expect the next bar to print bullish after such an aggressive close. If I was to treat this candle as a 1-minute chart, I wouldn't try to long this one. Never. Because of the aggressiveness. So here, okay, it's going up. Am I going to sell right now? No, not necessarily. I need to wait for confirmations that sellers are actually stepping in, and we're most likely going to flip right back below the opening price of that weekly bar. Once I have this, I can take a long, predict that this high is protected, and then see my week sell off. And I would say that if we sell off back towards 521, it would be a good thing. On the daily chart though, I am bullish until we sweep that daily high. That's how I read it. But yeah, the weekly, I am bearish on the weekly with how that closed. That's the thing though, that's the power of the framework. It's like you can always wait for confirmations. So the only trades you would potentially lose are where it fakes out both participants. It goes up, then shows a shift here, and then it holds, and then you get wiped out. But if you wait for the shift on the 4-hour chart, daily chart, so down close candle on the daily slash 4-hour shift while having a previous weekly candle that closed bearish, I mean, it's a pretty good recipe to be on side. Definitely. Do you take trades using your model only around key levels like external, internal liquidity? No. Nope. I don't mind them too much. Which is insane. I don't mind them too much. I don't view the market that way. What I like to do is wait for the market participants to show me who's in control. How do I do this? How do I know who's in control? I look at the higher time frame candle's opening price. If the candle is above its opening price, and I want to see a long, and I'm predicting that the next bar would be bullish, then I'm long. I'm in. So I have a way of finding scalps where I let market participants show me their hands, show me who's in control, and then quick 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'm in and out, try to ride the trend with them. It sounds easy, but probably 10,000 hours behind it. Amos, since you're sim funded, do your orders actually hit the tape? No, they don't hit the tape. Only live transactions hit the tape, so they do not hit the tape. Why can't I be satisfied with a 1-to-1 and always want to target a 1-to-2, 1-to-3? Your account balance is not big enough. you're not copy trading enough accounts, and you don't have enough data to back the reason why you should trade that way. Yo, Moss, why are you ignoring me, brother? What did you say? Wait, let me go up. Bro, you did not even you did not even type one comment. That guy's rage baiting me immediately. I save, I hear him say Market Maker Mario. Bro, the amount of times I heard him say that. Been around for a long time, early days of the stream, and I trade with Joey for a long while, even before he was on Tradeify. Damn, that's cool. That's insane. Shout out to you, brother. How profitable are you? Please be sincere. Rate yourself from a scale of 1 to 10. Okay. How profitable I am on a scale from 1 to 10. I've never heard that in my life. In comparison to other traders, I would say that I'm definitely not the best. For sure not, because the approach that I chose is hardly scalable. Meaning that for me to make 7 figures a year day trading, it would be mostly impossible, because I would need to start risking 50, maybe 50K per trade. Or like somewhere between like 25 to 50, which is on a 15-minute scalp might give you multiple heart attacks. So I would say I'm definitely not the best, definitely not the worst, but I would rate myself a solid 7, because I believe my approach is something that a lot of people will resonate with mechanically, and is potentially the best way of trading with prop firms without having to invest too much into and have too much prop firm fees. So that's my answer. 7 average. I mean, 5's average, but I'll give myself a 7. All right. Still room for improvement, for sure. Definitely not where I want to be. Far from being the greatest, far from being the worst. Risk management doesn't tell you where to get in or where it's going. Risk management without an edge is nothing. I agree. I agree. I have a 50K account and I trade 10 micros in the eval. How much should I trade in the funded? Bro, I receive so many questions regarding to risk management. Or like, how much should I risk on a 50K account? Brother, you need to define your own risk depending on how much you have in your bank account. Because if you lose that account and you don't have any money, then you should risk accordingly. That's number 1. Number 2, you should know exactly how much you should risk, because you should know what strategy you're trading. And if you know what strategy you're trading, then you know what's the worst possible loss streak you could go through. So if you know all of this, then you should not even ask me the question. And if you're asking me this question in the first place, then maybe you're underprepared. Damn. Am I right, chat? Amos, we want you to join London Gang one night. I would need to do like that would be like a subathon, bro. I mean, I trade from 12:30 to 1:30 on Tradeify TV. I trade like my own accounts from 9:30 to like lunch. And then I trade Asia with you guys from 5:55 to 8:30. So then I would need to hop on London. Holy shit, that would be That would be rough. That would be a rough day. How many accounts do you trade at once? I trade 5 150K Lightning funded accounts. Funny enough, I don't trade like you, but we've taken similar trades in Asia. Let's go. What backtesting software do you use? Use chart champs. Start using chart champs. Shout out Tradeify. What's the easiest way to backtest? You can backtest on TradingView also if you want. You go bar replay here, replay, and you go backtest. Come back in time and put yourself in situations where you're trading from 9:30 to 12 or 9:30 to 11:30. And then if you can't make money there, I can guarantee you you wouldn't have making money in real life markets. I didn't know you were Algerian. I'm Egyptian. 1, 2, 3. Appreciate you, brother. Why are you ignoring me? I'm not ignoring you. You're trolling me. Would you say you made it in life? What a question. Hell no. Depending on what's your definition of success. Your definition of success is going to be different from mine for sure. Or depending on your age, depending on what you went through. For me, I'm absolutely blessed to be doing what I'm doing right now and fully aware of that. But I would never, I would never say that I made it. No. I'm too young to say that. Way too young to say that. So much more to learn. I am so far from reaching my full potential, and that's, I think, your life purpose, to reach your full potential as an individual, physically, mentally, financially, relationship wise. Brother, I did not make it at all. For me, the money is like of course you can say money is really important, and it is, but in my eyes, I value someone that has a family and kids way more than money. Like if I see someone like a dad and a mom of multiple kids and they're raising them, for me they made it. And for me, they are right there. And I'm not joking. And this is really truly how I think. What's your guys' definition of making it? If you had to put like a number to it, or what's your definition of making it? What's up, Mexican? How are you doing, brother? Is this live? Yes, it is live. Boswell's Corner. I'm always scared of reading like a weird name and getting canceled after. I'm curious, what actually happens when your account switches to live? You can start taking daily payouts. That's pretty much it. And your orders actually hit the book, meaning that you provide real liquidity to the market, basically. Amos, I blew all my accounts trading silver today. Is silver still a thing? No way. No way silver is still a thing. Or bit. Oh, unfortunate, brother. You got this though. Money's the most important thing, though. I don't know. I wouldn't say so. Bro's a family man, 100%. Family, wife, home. Yeah. We don't see eye to eye on that take, Amos, because I know many people with a wife and kids who struggle to live the life they have. I mean, life's a question of perspective. You're gonna see people that are gonna be way happier with way less money than other people. I'm gonna see, let's say you're gonna see, that's kind of the metaphor talking about someone crying in his Lamborghini. It's like money is not all, and there's a lot of people who just have a way of living that is so pure, so, let's say, simple, that money is not the most important thing, you know. And I would say, of course, I do talk like this right now because I don't have any responsibilities, or it's different. My life's different than a lot of your guys' life, but it's really a question of perspective, in my opinion. It's really a question of perspective. If you're basically creating your own reality, depending on if you want to accept it, or if you want to change life with someone else. But I guess it's way easier to speak when you have, so I can't really say. We need to have a conversation together on that. I might have just said something extremely ignorant, and I'm sorry if I said that, but that's just my point of view. It's like there's a thing though, Jalen. It's like, of course money's important, but never take the extremes when we're talking about something. Do not take the extremely poor scenario or extremely rich scenario. Don't take that, because of course if you're extremely poor and you have a family, then you're gonna struggle. But take the middle, right in the middle where the masses are. That's really the question you need to ask yourself. Because money will not unlame a person, or will not. That I saw that money is not gonna change you. Money is just amplifying who you are currently. So let's say you are a loser, then now let's say you have money, now you are a loser with money. Or let's say you are, I don't know, it just amplifies the status that you currently have. If you're a winner in life, or someone who's very positive, then you're someone positive with money. It's the same thing. Like, money doesn't really define you. It just, what do you guys think about this? Let me see. There's no such thing as making it in life. Life is a non-stop journey until you die. The only thing that could possibly be considered making it is getting married and having children. I agree. Fully agree with that statement. Fully agree with that statement. The hourly candle is going to close in 11 minutes, which is a very good moment to start talking about the charts. Right here, If I want to long within the first hourly print, I would need us to reject that gap, push up aggressively higher, accept above 35, get a pullback within 34 again, long back towards the daily high with my stop loss being at 05. This would be my play, and potentially letting a runner above that high. If we don't see this and we start rejecting, or we just end up closing back within the range very weak on this hourly, I will stay out. I will wait until I have the perfect scenario to enter. Amos, let's be honest, you will only say that you don't care about money if you have a lot of money, and you will say you need money when you don't have a lot. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that statement. That's the truest thing. That is the truest thing in life. I think there's a famous, I don't remember, Schopenhauer, I think. He was like, I think he said most humans are either in a state of boredom when you have, or in a state of not necessarily anger, but in a state of like, I forgot about it. I know how to say it in French, but in English, but basically you're either bored of what you have, or you're either unsatisfied because you want something else. But once you have that thing, then you become numb to it, and then you come back to that cycle. You're bored. So it's the same thing. You get used to whatever you have in life. That's why devotion is far more important than anything. The real anger, not anger, the real hunger behind why you're doing the thing. The only thing that has mattered. Like, the only thing that has mattered to humans since the start of time is having kids. Oh shit. Facts. I agree. Oh shit. I'm coming back, chat. 2 seconds. All right, chat. Let's do the giveaway. Okay, let's start. Increasing the like goal. So first like goal will be 5. What am I talking about? 5. I was gonna say 50, but I said I just saw that it turned into 116. So okay, let's do 200. What do we do usually? 250. Let's do 250. We're currently 450 people on the chat right now, so let's do 250 for the first like goal. I'm gonna be giving away a 150k select account. Once that 250 like goal is reached, let's do let's do it. Let's do 330. After 250, let's do 330, another 80, and then we're gonna see from there. But I usually want to give away at least 3 accounts, 3 big boy accounts for those Asia session streams. And yeah, so let's do that, chat. Let's do that. If you no longer have to work or pay your bill, you don't. Wait, you have enough money. You have enough money until you don't. Really. Until. One thing I learned in life at my young age is that no matter how much money you have, there's always something that's gonna happen. You needing to help someone else, you having to like, oh shit, that happened. Oh, I thought I had enough. Now I don't. This, that, there's always something. Especially if you have a family, bro. It's gonna be 10 times, increase that by 10 times. So you have enough money until you don't. You always need to make money. Do you know who King Solomon was? No. Wait, let me see. The philosophers that I really studied or enjoyed their work were how do we say that? In French, it's Philosophie des Lumières, but in English, I think it's what is it? Enlightenment philosophers. Like these were like the philosophers that I was that I studied a little bit more. And by the way, that's how you can say I was a little bit of a weird kid. My my favorite thing in school was philosophy. Wait. Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it. The Enlightenment. Yeah. They're trying to troll me. Tabernacle. So currently, this hourly candle is closing within the next 3 minutes and 12 seconds. You can see here by this indicator. I am looking for potential longs within this range, back towards the daily high. One thing I would never do is short before that daily high gets taken out. That's one thing I would never do. How deep is that retracement going to be before we take out this high is really the question we need to ask ourselves. Or basically, this is the confirmation that we need to wait for in order to actually take a trade there. So here, first hourly candle indecisive. Even if it swept the previous candles low and reacted to the gap here, very weak candle. No participant, in my opinion, won this battle. It was more of an accumulation phase. It could go both ways. It could go down. It could go up. I have no desire in entering within this price action. So let's see. The next 30-minute bar, I would say, is going to tell us a pretty good story. If we do end up breaking out and if we start trading above the 50s, I highly doubt that we're not going to take out that high within the Tokyo Open. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But I'm staying patient. Don't want to jump in a bad trade for no reason. But yeah. Who's big into philosophy, chat? That was my favorite thing in school, by far. How did you do in the New York session? I did pretty well. I took one long at around the lunch hour and ended up closing the chart. Made 1,700 on my accounts, so 550k lightning funded accounts. I am risking like quite heavy at the beginning. Once I'm past like 4K of profits, I'm gonna start de-risking a little bit. That's usually how I do things. The profit target is 9,000, so I'll risk like 1.5 for trades until I have like 4,000, 4,500, or after like 2-3 trades, I would say. And once I'm past that 4.5K mark, and I just need another 4.5 to request the payout, then I'm trimming the risk back to like 1,000, maybe on a very good trade, 1,200. Love from Ottawa. Let's go. So we're currently at 215 likes, chat. Let's bring it up to 250. And at 250, I'm doing a 150K select account giveaway. So smash that like button, chat. Come on. Hello, never seen your streams, not too often seen your vids though. What's up, Moss? What's up, James? How you doing, brother? All right. You're spamming that. You're banned. Timer, 24 hours. Get out of here, little bruh. Get banned for 86K seconds. Get out of here. We don't trade stocks, we trade futures. Yeah, Aristotle, yeah. Yeah, the indicator that I use is called ICT HDF candles by Fadi. You see, chat, how often I get requested. That's the thing, though. I can't blame you guys for not liking philosophy, because those teachers are fucking weird. that's so true, though. They are the weirdest creatures on earth. What do you have to do? You need to reach 250 likes and we're doing a giveaway. How are you not on live yet? I was on live, but ended up losing the live account because of the trailing drawdown. So unfortunately, after making 14K, so 13,700 with my live account in a month, then I had no drawdown. I still had some drawdown, but I got into like a 2-3 trade losing streak, and I was risking quite heavy on it. So I got to a point where I had to give it up. It is what it is. I'm very happy with how I approached it. It was a very good run, very good win streak. But I knew what I was doing. I knew that while taking those payouts, if I didn't reach a certain target, then it wouldn't be static, and I got killed with it, and that's my fault. The love of money is the root of all evil, and he said money answers all things. He had 700 wives. What am I seeing? I'll check it out after. I'll check it out. Is it better to create a buffer or risk a little bit more and de-risking let you at the end? That's I think that's personal. I think for me, I like, when I have new accounts, a new set of accounts, I am not forced to take any trades because the account is fresh. So I know I can risk a lot knowing that I could be very selective. So let's say I'll be very selective for my first 3 to 4 trades, and it usually goes well. If it doesn't, then I gotta fight through the drawdown. But I like that approach where, okay, I'm building half of the drawdown, not drawdown, but half of the profit target that I need to have in order to request the payout within the first 2 weeks of having those fundeds, and then going from there and de-risking. I use this de-risking approach especially when I'm close to requesting the payout. On Lightning funded accounts, as soon as I reach 7.2 thousand or above 7,000, I am not risking more than $600 per trade on a one-to-one risk to reward. And it's gonna take me 2 weeks, it's gonna take me 3 weeks. I don't give a damn. I am gonna request that payout, and I'm gonna play. I am gonna play defense for sure. There's no reason to push it too hard and then giving up on $7,200 of profits. I agree, though. I agree with a lot of the things that I saw about philosophers in general. Philosophers think about problems that you don't even know you have. Thanks. Hi, Moss. Question. Y'all trading for long-term growth or just trying to hit daily numbers that push you into overtrading an emotional decision? I think for me, I view myself, I always treated this business model knowing that I wanted to stay alive for 10 years, which is why I always had super small realistic goals to reach before scaling, and I'm very far from being at the level that I want to be in terms of how much I make. But I would say by far, long-term growth and consistency for sure. And just proving yourself that you can do it over and over and over. You know? Yeah, I'm still waiting on a setup on NQ, first setup on NQ chat, but what am I supposed to do here within this range? Anything, I would say, like, if you longed right at the market open right here within the gap, it's not a bad play. If your target is the daily high and you use this forward gap with a tight, I would say a 1-to-1, that's a very good play. Just seeing how big that range is and how many back-to-back bullish bars we've had we did not see any deep retracements so far. You see, like, this range, usually I am not looking to see a 50% retracement at all, and usually we never get those. If we get those, it would be in a span of a week, or multiple days before actually reaching 50% of such a big daily bar. But one thing that I would want to see is at least you know, pullback to a deeper pullback than what we're seeing right now. You know, maybe 50% of that 4-hour gap, or maybe tapping the order block right here at 41. So within this range, anything can happen at any time. I am not seeing a good confirmation to answer the chart, answer a trade. So let's wait. I'm waiting. I don't want to kill the win streak. Long that shit. Hell no. So we reached the first light goal, which was 250. Now let's reach the second, which is 330. Okay. 330, I'm giving away another account. So we are 500 in the chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. We're vibing. We're absolutely vibing right now. We're waiting for a trade. You know, you don't need to spam something. I'm going to read everything. So how do you join the giveaway? I will do the giveaway. I always do the giveaways at the end of the sessions. We all like rack them up pretty aggressively at the same time. The reason for that, I like to keep my chat clean. I like to have a healthy conversation with you guys, and I don't want anyone spamming words, because if I do a giveaway right now, some people have the stream delayed or don't understand that you need to refresh the page, so then they will be spamming the word while I'm trying to talk to you guys, which is gonna, you know, piss me off a little bit. It's gonna kill my flow. All right. So that's what. What's your win rate in your account? My win rate, it really depends on the month. There's some months I'm gonna have 50. There's gonna be months I'm gonna have 75. Months I'm gonna have 62. So it's really depending on if the. But in general, I flow around above 65. 65 is a good mark for me. Not, you know, giving too much, not inflating my results too much. I know it could be way higher than 65, but if I have 65 in mind when I trade, it's always a good thing, because I'm not, you know, I don't have unrealistic expectations. You know, I just try to trade to trade. It's pretty far from it. It's pretty far from the camp. AJ Trader typed, I cannot satisfy one wife. I can't imagine 700. Oh shit. That's facts though. I agree. Let's not even go there though. If we go there, it's reps. It's reps. Yo, nah. Yo, the chat's gotta chill sometimes, bro. Yo, I saw a comment, bro. Nah. I can't say whatever I think about this, bro, but this shit. Oh shit. Let me log back in. I don't know why it kicks me out like this sometimes. shit. There's some funny ass comments, bro. Oh shit. Wait. I lost the chat here. No, I didn't take a trade. All right, let's see how that 15-minute candle ends up closing. Very strong. Okay, it did close right there. Okay, so we had an initial breakout from I would say a sweep rather than a breakout from 35, which is the hourly high. We opened up higher right here, and it looks better than earlier for the longs to the daily high. But no aggressive candles pointing towards that area, even if I'm talking about a 15 or even an hourly, those candles are pretty weak. So anything can happen within this range. I think, I don't know why, but I have a feeling we might have one of the most boring sessions together, chat. Hopefully not, but yeah, that's a pretty boring Monday, I would say. We're gonna say some diabolical shit. Yeah, anyways, I'm used to that on the Asia stream. I would be very surprised to see the same chat during the lunch hour. So it's at 300. Once we hit 330, there's going to be a second account locked in. So a second 150k select. Let's reach that, chat. Come on. What's that song playing in the background? I have no idea, brother. You already know I don't know that song. Why are you asking me? How do you select the winner? It's a bot. A bot selects the winner. Don't need to spam. Don't need to spam, brother. See your messages. Yeah. We might need to wait until like 8 p.m. before actually taking a trade. I would want to see how that candle end up closing. If it ends up closing bullish and very aggressive, the best thing that could happen is us retracing back down and then finding strength within the last, I would say, 15 to 20 minutes of that hourly candle closing, and then longing back towards that daily high, using that hourly candle as a way to basically confirm that we had buyers controlling the market within the previous hourly. So that's pretty much what I'm seeing currently. From that rejection, I wouldn't long because of the pretty weak close, but it's still a good thing to look for longs if we have an hourly closing back towards that high, those equal highs right here. So the thing that would need to happen would be a shift back down, though. We would need to revisit that open, so we fake out sellers and then pump right back up at around the last 15 to the last 20 minutes of that hourly candle closing. That's what I'm seeing. Usually that's what I want to see from the market when it's too much to ask for, when the range is too small. Because right here, like, if it keeps pushing from here, then there's no way we are going to see an hourly candle closing without wiping out the daily high. So it's going to be a totally different framework. Amos, how much will it cost me to put the name of your higher time frame indicator? I know that you must get tired of that question. Right? Should we put it in should we pin it? Like pin the indicator's name in the chat? Yeah. Wait, it's free. It's a free indicator. Yeah, Asia session is literally dead today. But to be fair, we've had so many great Asia sessions. So we gotta stay grateful for that. Hopefully they don't just become shit like this. That would be very bad. But either way, we can still find a good trade within the range. It's just currently, I would need that hourly candle to give me the story here. We're only in the first 20 minutes of that hour, so that candle could flip bearish in seconds, you know? Tattoo it to your forehead, I swear. Germany's going to lose? No way. Penalties. No. Oh my god. Against Paraguay. Who plays there in Paraguay? What's their team? Is there any big players in Paraguay? They barely went through. Yeah, I think they got this. Spoiled me, chat. Let me know who won. Almiron and Ciso. I don't even know them. They might be live penalties. It's 0-0 for the penalties. I'm refreshing. You guys trolled. They're not gonna lose. They're not gonna lose the penalties, bro. Paraguay has the lowest odds remaining to win it all. 501. Just put $10. It's a little $10. Oh shit, 2-2. Oh, 3-2 for Paraguay. I see it. Updating it. Oh, they removed the goal. Shit, I might need to watch this live right there. Yeah, let me see that. Let me see if I can find it. Right there. And then... Let me see if I can open it. I can't. Okay, no, I see it now. Let's see, chat. Oh my god! He missed! He missed again! No way! Chat. I just opened the stream and he fucking missed. The blonde guy. No! You're trolling, brother. I would have made that. That goalie is scary though, I don't know. Holy shit. Yeah, they're losing this. I know, 3. No, it's over. It's over. It's over. He would need. It's 100% over. He missed. Yo, you're. Oh my god, your ass. Bro, what's happening with them missing on a penalty like this? Okay, if you miss, it's all right. But if you miss the goal, bro, chill. Oh my god. I know Vinny's watching this game. Bro, imagine Vinny's reaction right now. Holy shit. Vinny probably has like 5 bans on that game too. If I had to guess. Amiri, come on, Amiri. Do it for the brand. Okay, nice shot. Okay. Now the goalie needs to save this one or he's cooked. Shit, chat. What do you guys think? Let's do it. Let's do a poll. Is Germany winning this? Damn. The greatest goalie of all time. Manuel Neuer. Come on, my brother. Lock this guy up. Oh, his legs are shaking. Holy shit. Oh my god. No. Nah, that's crazy. That's the craziest shit I've seen in a while. Oh my god. Yo, everyone needs to watch this game. Yo, chat. Oh my fucking god. They're pulling the craziest comeback ever. Holy shit. Come on. Oh my god. Nah. Yo, what am I watching? Yo, chat, what the fuck am I watching? Oh my god. Bro. Nah, oh my god, they're shit. They're all shitting their pants. And he scored, of course. GG's, you're shit. Yeah, get out. Go back home. Oh my fucking god. You're terrible. Yeah, no, no, no. God saved you once. He cannot save you twice, brother. Like, aim at the fucking. That was good though. Oh shit. Yeah. Nah, that was brutal. That was brutal. Yo, chat. That was one of the most unreal things I've ever seen in my life. Being down two. So they failed two. So the goalie needed to save two, and one of their guys missed, and the other one he saved. So it was tied, and then he misses the goal again. Bro, what the hell are you doing? Bro, that was crazy. That was a crazy ending. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, oh, Vinny's probably. I don't know if he's rooting for Germany also. I mean, all the Europeans would want Germany to win more than Paraguay. Well, he's Team England. I love Germany too, but it's like, come on. Yeah, Germany out. Yeah. Shit, bruh. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. It was 2-1, but then he took off a goal. France, Paraguay. What a terrible game. That's gonna end very bad. Bro. My reactions were crazy because I was... Bro, you guys actually made me tune in the best shootout of my life. Is this elementary school, brother? Did you not see the shootout? Oh, you're referring to the players. I mean, bro, they are probably elementary school players that would have made those. Like, come on. Yeah, France has a free trip to the quarterfinals. I agree. I mean, your legs are probably shaking. Like, I wouldn't imagine the type of pressure you have to deal with. It's so easy to speak, of course, but yeah. I mean, you gotta be prepared. If you play at that level, you play every single day. It has to be second nature for you. Who's happy that Germany lost? All the French people are super happy because they know it's gonna be free qual. Moss, I thought you were rooting for your home country, Algeria. Yes, I am. They're playing. Who are they playing? They're playing Switzerland. So it's me. It's my country against Nick M. No stop loss butcher. And also Rebecca. We can say Rebecca right now. I think Rebecca's still Team Canada though. Shit, what a crazy end. That ending was crazy. Hey Amos, I told you Brazil will win this World Cup, and you said no. Let's see in a couple of days. But you think you'll win this World Cup? with Hendrix as your center forward. Hell no. Could have done a better pen with that with my torn ACL than that with my torn ACL. I agree. The guy kicked the ball over the goal. I mean, that's a good point though. It's like you could miss on the sides, but like over the goal, it's like that is kind of, you're kind of trash for that. Outside the border. Holy shit. Okay, everyone's happy. Who's Mexico playing? Do you think Morocco can beat Netherlands? That's such a hard one, man. I think they can. I think they can, but Netherlands have a pretty big history of not losing so early in the World Cup. So let's see. Let's see. Coming back, chat. Okay, that's good. Current hourly candle is displacing very aggressively above the previous candle's high, pointing towards the daily high here. With how strong we closed here on the previous day, I would expect us to get pulled back towards this daily high easily before actually reversing. We are bouncing from a 4-hour gap, so we opened up lower within the 6 p.m. open to tap that gap, and now we're flipping right back above the daily open / the 4-hour open. If this hourly candle can close bullish without wiping out this high, I will use the momentum of this candle and the aggression of it to scalp that high. Just imagine this chart being the 1-minute chart. What would you do if you had to predict one bar on the chart? If this candle closes in this way, I am longing the hell out of the market back towards that high, with my stop loss trying to cover most of that range. That's what I'm gonna do. So treating this hourly chart as my 1-minute chart. Let's pray that we don't end up wiping out this high, which we could see. We could definitely see it get wiped out within the next few minutes for sure. But 336 likes. Okay, chat, the next like goal is going to be 430. So 430, we are currently 526 people in the chat. Come on. We're having a good time. We're vibing. We just saw Germany losing. That's unfortunate for those who are rooting for them. But for me, I don't truly mind. It doesn't really change anything, because I'm not rooting for any of those two countries. But yeah. As a German, I just watched my first and last 6 minutes of this, and it's enough to be disappointed. Damn. No. And also Friday. No, it's not even Friday, it's Thursday. Okay? Is it Thursday? Let me see. Algeria versus Switzerland. Thursday, July 2nd at 11 p.m. East. Holy damn. 11 p.m. East. Let's pray there is a freaking bank holiday the next day, because I am not going to be able to wake up for the market open. I'm pretty sure there is, no? There is. There has to be. I think I saw it. Friday, bank holiday. Vamos, chat. Come on. We have a bank holiday on Friday, meaning that we don't trade. Which is a good thing, because everyone in this chat can watch my country play against Nick M's country. And I'll be placing a bet on the Tradeify thing. Do you teach all 6 models? No, I don't. USA will win the World Cup. But if not USA, then Portugal. If not Portugal, then Netherlands. If not England. I got baited into reading all that nonsense. USA will go far. USA will go far. They look solid. They are far better than Canada, and Canada just qualled. So, I mean, they face South Africa, which is an easy matchup, I think. Yo, Moss brother, I have a French coworker who is interested. Yo, I had to read it before before getting baited out. But AJ, you're actually trolling. You stop trolling. AJ typed, "Yo, Moss brother, I have a French coworker who is interested in me, but playing hard to get. What is your advice?" You might have to learn some French. Definitely, that might be a good way to pull you out the friend zone, because it doesn't look too good for you, AJ. Or you can call you AG. I just prefer selling AJ, it's easier. Boring. Oh shit. I was gonna pick Germany to win for the prediction thing, and then this loss saved me. Yeah. That's a good thing. I was staring at charts and forgot to put you in the background. Habibis. What are you doing, Habibis? Put me in the background, Habibis, please. You gotta hear my voice in the background, bro. If you're trading the first 2 hours of Asia and you're not on this stream, I don't know what to tell you. Everyone's starting their stream at 8:30 also. It's like boring. the real trades, they happen at the daily open. All right. Right now, you know, it's quite hard PA, but let's see what's gonna happen within the next 17 minutes. Okay. Where this hourly candle is gonna point, how strong it will be, and if we can get good structure. Oh, I'm getting in. They won't. USA is getting eliminated in a round of 16. Mark my words. Showbiz trade. Where are you from? This is definitely not someone from America. If you are, why are you hating on your home country, bro? Yo, Alex, you're crazy. Alex said, "Hey, Amos, if I give you my sister's number, will you give me a free trading account?" Yo, you are tweaking. Yes, nah, I'm joking. Shit. Nope. Back up only for Amos. Your brothers will do everything for an account. Bro, you know what you can do right now? Let's smash the like button and let's hit what is it? 430? Let's hit 430. At 430 likes, we are doing another 150k select account giveaway. So right now there is a 100% chance of me giving away two accounts because we reached two of the like goals. We are 550 people on stream. Come on. Just hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna give away another account. And I told you those Asia streams are so new. I'm gonna give away those big boy accounts without without being scared of consequences. All right, all right. I'm done with the bowl of fruits. GG's. It's crazy how eating slowly makes you so much, less hungry, which does make sense for sure. But sometimes I eat way too much on one setting, and then I feel like shit. If I ate a little bit slower, it would be better. We're currently seeing that upwick getting bigger, meaning that responsive sellers are stepping in. We could see that pullback holding or not, but I'm telling you, if it's not holding and if it's not being aggressive above 50, I am not getting in the long back towards that daily high, no matter what. I need that candle to be strong, bullish, and very aggressive, and use the momentum to scalp the daily high here. If not, I'm gonna wait. If I give you my brother's number. What the fuck do you mean, Lulu? What the fuck do you mean? Oh shit. Jeremiah Trades said, I used to like 2 RR trades or 3 R trades, and I realized that 1-to-1 restored and 1.5 improved my win rate by a lot. Of course. Let's go. We're slowly but surely converting people to lower risk to work. We're having an impact. Let's go. Would you ever move to Dubai? Not now. The thing is, that's a good subject because Dubai, it's very good. It's taxes and it's beautiful, it's sunny all the time, but it's very far from where I live currently. So it's like I think it's like a 12-hour, 14-hour flight. That's first. Second, there is a time zone difference, meaning that there's 9 hours between East and so New York East and their time zone. So like I would need to trade at 8 p.m. So currently doing the Asia stream, let's say I would need to be up at like 4 a.m. or something like this, or 3 a.m. It's definitely not definitely not the move right now. Hell no. 5x 25k or 1x 150k? Sheesh. 5x 25k. 5x 25k and split the risk. Split the risk. Meaning that you don't need to copy trade them all together, all 5. Copy trade 3, 2. Take one trade on both sets, split the risk, have let yourself some time to build that buffer or to build that the profit to request the payout, and then request. But if you have like only one account, it's gonna be easier to tilt. 1000%. Amos, after losing a live account, is it allowed to start over with a new evaluation account? Yes, you're gonna be able to start over, but there is a cooldown period, and depending on how fast you blew your account, let's say if you blow your account within the first 30 days, I am 99.9% sure that you have a 30-day cooldown. If you hold the account for like 6 months or like 3 months, 4 months, it's gonna be I'm pretty sure it's gonna be also different, but I think that's case to case, so I can't really say. But yes, there is a cooldown period, so amount of time that you cannot trade or purchase any evaluations, but once you can, after like the 30 days, 15 days, depending on what's your cooldown period, then you can. How many points do you look for as a TP with your one-to-one risk-to-reward strategy? It's never about points, it's always about structure, meaning that there's some days. So I'll give you an example. If I have a gap above me, I always use this because that's like the easiest strategy, but if I have a gap above me and I'm longing from this structure, okay, and I know my entry model is always entering off of a gap or the breaker block here. So let's say I always enter somewhere here, okay? So no matter, depending on the day, there will be days where the distance between my entry and my take profit, which is fully based on structure and how those candles on the higher time frame operate, the distance between the entry and the high, so the unfilled gap, sometimes it will be 60 points, sometimes it will be 15, and sometimes it will be 30. So it's not about the amount of points, it's about the structure. So it's about being able to take the same exact trade with the same exact stop loss, take profit, and timing of the entry back to back. So what I like to do is then if it's a 60-point range from my stop loss, let's say from my entry to my stop loss and from my entry to my take profit, because I use a one-to-one, then I'm gonna sizing accordingly, meaning that if I trade a 50k account, I will be in micros, and if the range is only 15 handles, then I might be in 2 minis, or here only 1 mini. You see? So never about points. I never like enter a trade and then, oh shit, I locked in 10 points, let me get out. And then we never even took out that high. No, because it's too subjective. I'm gonna lose my edge over the long run. I need to do something that truly that I can truly replicate. So you see here, chat, unfortunately, a poor hourly candle closing. Very poor. A lot of sellers stepping in, creating a pretty big upwick within this range. I have no desire to long that, even if it's looking extremely good on the daily. Looks like we found some strongness above that daily high, above that daily open, sorry. But for me, I needed that confirmation of that hourly candle pointing towards that high and showing me that buyers are actually stepping in. Right now, it's definitely the worst price action we've seen ever on the stream. By far. By far. Thanks for the great explanation. I appreciate you, Natalie. Thank you, thank you. But that's usually what I do. It doesn't mean always. What I say is that that's just my approach. Don't take whatever I say as it being the right answer. It's just my playstyle, and that's how I like to operate. So, because the relative volume is going to be so different day to day. You know, let's say the range is right now right at the open, so from 9:30 to 10:15, I would say. Nowadays, we could have the same move. Okay, the same, like it would look the same on the chart, but it would be a 100-point move. And right now it's a 580-point move. Those are two completely different things. You know, a 1-minute candle usually will be like 15, 20, maybe 30. Now, look at the size of this candle. 1 bar is 62 handles. 1. And let's not even talk about displacement candles that are 106. So that means you can't enter minis. It's impossible. Or like go for 10 points, because you're going to have 10 points locked in within 3 seconds. Or like you're going to be in 10 points of drawdown within 3 seconds also. Is there something positive about a live account? Don't really understand why someone should be happy with it. Daily payouts and elite live program bonus. That's the huge thing. I'll give you an example. If you have, if you were, that was the case for me. I had 550K select accounts before being put into a live account. So basically, you're going to have 5 live accounts of $4,500 each. And then if you make $4,500 on each of the accounts, okay, so you make like, what is it, 22,000 in profits, okay? So if you were able to make 4,500, you are now eligible for the Elite Life Program bonus, which is Tradeify matching up exactly what you did on the month with a maximum of 22,000 for 150K. So here, Tradeify would literally would wire you $22,000. Literally, from being a good trader. So that's something that you'll never see on Sim. Bonuses. Never. It's like, if you're truly thinking about it, if you can lock in one of those payouts and, you know, get that account from 4,500 all the way to 9,000, which is extremely doable in a month. If you have good risk, if you take the right trades, then you just lock yourself, you know, almost a $45,000 payout in a month, but from making 22,500. Do you agree that there's a pretty big edge there? Let me know what you think. Pretty strong closure right at the end of that candle, within the last 6 minutes here. The range is very tight, very, very tight. Yeah, it's very tricky. With how that 15-minute candle is closing currently, I would expect the next one to open up higher. But we're too close to that high. We're too close to that high. Let's wait. Let's wait. The action is crazy. It's not too volatile though. It's like only 5 handles, but it moves a lot. Those candles look very different. Thanks for explaining. Appreciate you, brother, for asking, because I think a lot of people were wondering the same thing. I get asked that question quite often too. It's a very strong close, guys. I like the strongness of the close here, chat. I will definitely enter on a pullback right here. I will definitely enter on a pullback right here. Oh my days. Oh my days. Yeah, it's over. Oh, the aggressive open low. That might be the quickest trade ever that we took. Oh my god. Oh, it's right at 8 p.m. Holy shit, I got slammed. Right at 8 p.m. Oh my fucking days, I got slammed. Holy. Wow. It wasn't too big of a loss though. At all. Only $400. But sheesh, that was an aggressive open from that hourly. 1000%. Fuck. That's crazy. Okay. So GG's. GG's, I guess. That quickly flipped too. Wow. I still see the longs being a potential opportunity from how we closed. We closed way stronger than it looked around like 54, 55. So it's really depending on how deep the retracement is going to be. I would still want us to trade above 06. As soon as we start trading below 06, that's a good stop loss placement, I would say, for the daily high. And that range is pretty impossible to trade at this point. We're not seeing us go back up towards using 54 stops in order to run higher. I don't see us running to that daily high very soon. Yeah, it was a good thing that you left the stream though. I mean, I still see the longs. I would just never want to see price trading back below 05. Let's see what happens here. I might have just gotten stopped out very just aggressively right at that open. Let's see. I might just take a re-entry right here if we get something clean. I am still pretty confident in those longs. If we can get above, if we can flip above 40, I'll try again. I'll definitely try again. Wow. What an aggressive open. Let's see gold. Let's take a look at gold. Daily chart. Daily chart, I'm bearish. We're seeing the Friday's candle being strong and bullish. The next bar capitulates, and we are not seeing any bars print within that daily bar on Monday. So for me, we have more chances of seeing the daily low here at the New York Open. So definitely a potential short within the 6 p.m. open right here, all the way back down towards 99. That's what I'm seeing on the daily chart. 4-hour chart, nothing that is screaming at me to enter any positions. And hourly, depending on, just seeing that hourly candle closing, I would expect the next one to print to the downside, which is exactly what we're doing. It's about finding the sellers below those lows. I would say we are bearish on gold for sure. Let's see what happens right there. That range is Very bad. I might take another one. Might take another trade. But I went pretty light on the first one, only 400. So let's see. Are we kidding me, bro? I'm gonna try a long here right after the flip. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? It has happened to me twice. Come on, pick me up. It's gonna wipe out the daily high right there from that 8 p.m. candle. That was such a deep retrace. We literally retraced all the way back to like 90% of that hourly bar. That's freaking crazy. We're taking out that high now. Definitely. With Tokyo opening right now. That will be the catalyst basically to push us back towards the daily high. That's in my opinion what's gonna happen exactly. Ah, I knew it. You see, sometimes you frame the trade in the perfect way. You see, it's like there's no big difference between entering here and, you know, waiting for another candle to print there. For me, it was bulls all the way. It's wrong timing. Unfortunate open. If I give it one more second, I entered like 59 and 59 seconds or 58 seconds. If I give it like 2-3 more seconds, I would have seen the aggressiveness from that bar. Which, you know, it's hard to say because that bar could have easily opened up higher back towards that daily high. But wanted to, you know, take out liquidity though, which is because basically what I was thinking was, okay, looking how that 15-minute bar printed and how we reacted from the previous candle's low, if we open high, then we're going to use those highs as stops. But we did open up lower, which was like the bait of the century. GG's. Hindsight is always 2020. Wider stop Amos. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting rage baited right now. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, so my daily objective already got taken out, which is really what I wanted to see from the first 2 hours of the market open, which was that daily high. Looking at how strong we closed on the previous day, just having that daily high as your target and as a magnet to see some upside was definitely the play. Waited for an hourly bar to point basically towards that draw and using it as a fuel and as a way to find that, okay, the buyers were the one actually controlling the market within the previous print, was what I was waiting for. It happened, and then 8 p.m. opened up, drove down around 90% retracement back towards that previous hourly candle, stopped us out to the tick, and then went back up. So, you know, not much I could have done. You know, of course, there was a pretty good entry here for the target to the high. If I was patient enough and I did not enter here, then could have potentially scalped that for sure. 1000%. I saw it when you see such an aggressive displacement, you already know what's gonna happen when you have conviction. Don't worry, I'm getting good at it though. Does this count as a dub? No. This counts as a loss. This counts as a loss. So we're at 11-3. Yeah, 11-3, but should have, could have, would have. Should have been a win here. Bro, I should have waited for the Tokyo Open knowing that there's always some weird manipulation happening at that time. I mean, the loss was so small, so it's not really deep. Could have caught the sale. The sales where? Right at the Open? Or like at the Open of Tokyo? 6 p.m. or 8 p.m.? Can anyone tell me why my chart is different? You're not looking at the futures chart. You're looking probably at the CFD chart or like NAS 100. So you need E-mini NASDAQ. So the futures contract. So we're currently at 416 likes. Let's reach 420. And I'm doing a third account giveaway. So 4 more likes, and I'm gonna be giving away 350k select accounts. And then the last like goal, since we're almost 600 on the stream, shout out to you guys. Let's do let's do 520. Nah, 520 is a lot. Let's do 505. So 505, I'm gonna give away another, so 4. All right. So currently we're at 3, for sure, because you guys smash that like button. Another one. 445. Okay, come on, chat. It's climbing. It's actually so unfortunate, man. The open high, I was really that's the thing though. It's like I entered here, that candle ended up going from 50 all the way to 41 within 1 second, which, seeing a bad closure like this would have made me wait. That's like the most brutal way of losing a trade, because you were right all the way from the jump of the stream, but then 1 second was enough to get wiped out, and then you see your profits being taken out right there in front of you. Daily high. Money's gone forever. $457. Come on, chat. We need 43 more likes. That's a good lesson, though. Good lesson. You sat here for 2 hours and entered seconds before the hour closed, right before Tokyo Open. I mean, definitely was the play that I was talking about from the jump, no? I was saying exactly when that hourly candle will print, I will trade with them. I got stopped. This is it. It is what it is. But I said I would trade that way, and I did. So 462. Come on, chat. Longs right now, I mean, for me, my daily objective has already been taken out. I wouldn't trust the 15 during Asia, um, knowing how much volatility there is within that session. I mean, there's still quite some currently. That looks like a normal New York session. Not open, but like a normal New York PM session, I would say. So I would wait for the next hourly, I would say, potentially, since I use this hourly to wipe out the daily objective. Because basically, if there is, I would have been long for the whole next hour, basically, and I would have told you guys, okay, no matter what you do within this range, if you fade the bearish shift once it gets invalidated, and you're above that hourly candle's opening price, I judge that being a good play, especially if you can pair that up with a 15. But currently, we wiped out the daily high, meaning that this is a huge level of rejection potentially. So I wouldn't necessarily remain bullish above the high if it's already taken out. So it still has a likelihood of closing back within the range since it's such a big level. So I mean, if we go back down and close back bearish, that could be a good sell. Or if you truly know that you're going to close above that high, that could be a good long after. But currently, I would say the move has already been made. Yes, I'm gonna watch the match for sure. Morocco, 100%. 469 likes. Come on, chat. 30 more. Only 30 more. Anyone else see gold turning around anytime soon? I could see it selling off. There is some structure on the daily, but we are... Yeah, I mean, for me, the only thing with gold is that I wouldn't try to long without this low being taken out. That's what I would say to myself. So if you can trade, if you can be a seller or remain bearish until that hourly, until that daily low gets taken out, I think that's a better play overall than just trying to reverse the market on the first shift, exactly like you're seeing right now at 07. It shifted, those buyers are getting squeezed ASAP. If I don't hit this trade, it's a sign my parlay will hit. You know, when we went to Arizona, there was like the UFC, and there was a security guard, and that guy, when we walked in, because we were watching the games, like the match at a sports bar, and then when we walked in, the guy was like, he was smiling at us, and you know, talking to himself, and I looked at Dan. I was like, I know a guy that hits a parlay when I see one, you know. And then we sat in the lobby, and he was calling one of his friends and was like, "Yo, the parlay hit." I was like, I fucking knew it. I knew it. I never try to sports bet though, like that. The only time I would do something like that would be like the World Cup. I think I've done it in 2022, but that's pretty much it. The thing is with soccer is that, is there is there early payouts? Can you like take an early payout if it's like if your team is winning by one or two? Because I've been seeing that you can't, especially in those late games. They're not gonna let you take the early payout. Okay, but if it's like the 85 minute, 85th minute. Yep. So currently, after this daily high got swept, which was the objective, I would wait for a full hourly candle to close and tell me, are we breaking structure to the upside, accepting above that daily high, or are we closing back within the range and using this daily high as liquidity? So once I see this, then I can potentially predict my next bar if it's going to be to the upside or to the downside. If this candle ends up closing back within the range, bearish and very aggressive, I would expect us to get deeper within that 4-hour gap. Okay, so actually go for a resweep and dig below the daily open. So let's see the 4 hours. So it would print down, so the hourly would close, and I would predict that the 4-hour gap is going to get filled on a deeper extent, especially just looking at this range overall, just from the market open all the way to now. If I go on this 15, you guys will be able to see it better, but there's literally no down close candles on the 15 from 10:15 all the way to 1:30 p.m. And then we ended up being in a range all the way to the market close. So here, you know, of course we don't necessarily want to see 50% being taken out, but like those upper levels, usually they tend to get filled on the daily. So at least like a 15 to 30% retracement. So we'll see. But I don't have any read so far. No, it's when your team is up by 2 and it's an obvious win like France against Norway. Tommy Robert. Alright, brother. Alright, brother. Oh, hell no. $485 likes. Come on, chat. 15 more. And we're doing a 4th account giveaway. So let's start with the giveaway, and hopefully we'll be able to have the 15 likes for the last giveaway. So I'm currently going to give away 350k select accounts. And starting, let me just type the words to that's the word number 1. Let me know if it's ready. So I'm gonna type a word, and don't spam it. Don't do, just type it once, and then you guys will be entered in the giveaway. A bot will select you. Okay, it's good. Perfect. All good for the first word. The first word is Germany. So I mean, they lost in the shootout in a pretty brutal way. So type Germany in the chat, not more than once. Type it once. Okay, we can now select the winner of the first account. Okay, so congratulations, PDER 1827. You won the 150k select account. Make sure to have your email in your YouTube description, and also type right now in the chat to claim your account. Okay. You're here. Perfect, brother. Congratulations. Now we're doing the second account, and I see we're above 500, so we're gonna be giving away 4 accounts. All right, let's do it. Let me know when the second word is ready. Perfect. All right, second word, Asia. Type it once, not more than once, or you're gonna get disqualified. I give you guys 10 more seconds. We're gonna have to do 2 more. All right, we can select it right now. Congratulations. What the Anmol Kumar, you won the 150k select account. Type in the chat right now, and make sure to have your email in your YouTube description. Let's do the other word. Congrats. Is the other word? All right. All right. Next word, Tokyo. Type it once, not more than once. What a rejection. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, now that 15 is scalpable, I would say I would definitely look for a potential short back down towards 50. Why didn't we have that freaking price action when we were trading? Oh, hell no. Okay, we can select the winner. Congratulations, Mateo Trades You won the 150k select account. Congrats, my brother. Make sure to have your email in your YouTube description and type in the chat right now to make sure you claim your account. Last word. Morocco. I don't even know if it's the exact way to type it, but that's the way we're gonna do it today. Morocco. Morocco, Habibi. All right. 15 seconds. All right, we can select the winner. All right, congrats. Wim Sickle 72. Wim Sickle 72. Congrats, brother. You won the last 150k select account that I was giving away. We took one trade together today. It was a long opportunity right back using this hourly candle as a way to find that the buyers were the one controlling the market, using also the daily high and the equal highs above us as our targets. Unfortunately, Tokyo opened on the opposite side. Could have easily been an open high on our side. Unfortunate, we got stopped. We lost $400 on that trade, so not a big deal. We definitely did manage our risk and we traded accordingly to the plan. This is exactly what I was looking to trade, but we got a very deep retracement within the range once Tokyo opened. I would have never anticipated such a deep retracement, to be fair. Usually when I see such a deep retracement from the hourly, I tend to think that the low of the hourly will be taken out, which didn't, which is crazy. But it is what it is. Appreciate you guys so much, and I see you guys tomorrow at the same exact time. Much love and peace out.